When private equity steps into your world, it doesn't come as a subtle breeze. It hits like a Category 5 storm. This is no gentle takeover. It rewires everything. Your job, your team, your everyday reality twists overnight into something unrecognizable. The question is not if it will shake you, but how deeply it will cut, and how ready you are to fight back. Because when private equity takes over your job, it demands two things from you: velocity and results. Right now, faster than you've ever known, or you become disposable. There's no room for comfort zones, no space to delay or hesitate. The old ways you've relied on, they shatter immediately, leaving a vacuum that only ruthless efficiency and brutal focus can fill. Every leader watching this knows that feeling, the creeping dread that your role will be reduced to a checkbox, a line on a spreadsheet, a number to optimize and then discard. It's the suffocating pressure of deadlines that move like a freight train, of processes that once made sense, now twisted into meaningless cycles. Your team? They're watching you through the same lens, unsure if this new game has space for them or if they're next on the chopping block. The salary, perks, titles, they don't matter anymore. Private equity sees only one language: cash flow and margin. If you don't speak it fluently, you're lost. And it's not just about saving your job. It's about saving your sanity, your identity as a leader, your very purpose. But let's stop for a moment. Feel that tension sinking deeper into your chest? Good. That means you're alive to this reality. It's painful, it's raw, and it's the truth too many leaders refuse to confront. Private equity doesn't want you comfortable. It wants you breaking boundaries, rewriting your limits, burning the old rulebook. This is the moment where most fall, paralyzed by fear, clinging to what once was, instead of daring to create what can be. And that's exactly why only a few thrive when private equity comes calling. Here's the brutal truth. Survival and success after private equity takeover aren't about playing safe. They never were and never will be. It's about becoming the person who can move at a speed that breaks expectations, who can strip away useless complexity and build structures so tight they hum with unstoppable energy. You want to keep your seat at the table? You have to become that force. And this is how. First, embrace obsession like never before. Not with every task, but with the core drivers of value: revenue, margin, cash. Forget shiny distractions. Zero in on what moves the needle. Ask relentlessly, what must change now that changes everything? Question your assumptions like your job depends on it. Because it does. Don't fall for traditional metrics or past successes. Every number, every process, every person must prove it earns its place. This ruthless clarity will become your weapon. Next, build your inner team with surgical precision. Private equity doesn't reward generic leaders or mediocre teams. It backs winners, relentless operators who share your urgency and hunger. If your current crew can't keep pace, either transform or part ways without hesitation. This isn't about loyalty, it's about performance under pressure. Create a culture where rising above limits is the only option, where everyone understands the stakes are life and death for the company and for themselves. Forget comfort, demand fire. Then, accelerate decision-making beyond your comfort zone. Private equity isn't interested in endless meetings or long debates. It wants action and accountability. That means short, sharp decisions, executed immediately, with full commitment. Speed wins over perfection every time. Train yourself and your team to weigh options fast. Trust intuition backed by data, and commit without blinking. Hesitation breeds weakness. Decisiveness breeds power. Now, here's the part most miss: the emotional battlefield inside. Private equity takeover feels like a loss, sometimes like a betrayal. It threatens identity and legacy. But survival depends on transforming that pain into fuel. Turn anger, fear, and uncertainty into relentless drive. Refuse to be a victim of circumstances. Instead, own your new reality completely. Let every challenge stoke the fire to rebuild not just the company, but yourself. Because the only way out of that storm is through it, stronger and more focused than ever. Beyond the battlefield tactics, there's a mindset shift you must own. Private equity's game is not about fitting in, it's about breaking out. Really thriving means rejecting comfort and consensus, daring where others freeze, creating value where others see only risk. You become the rare individual, the one who stops running from change and starts mastering it. This is your liberation, your sovereignty in a world that's scrambling for control. And it's not just about you. This transformation will ripple out. When you build that core team of firebrands, when you cut through stagnation, when you move so fast and clean that everyone feels the shift, that's when opportunity explodes. The old world collapses, but the new one you shape will be a powerhouse of innovation, agility, and profit. You uncover hidden parts of the business that had been buried under years of complacency. New markets open, margins soar. Every move is a step towards something bigger than survival. It's the rebirth of your career, your company, your influence. The secret is not in chasing every shiny tactic or slavishly following private equity playbooks. The real power comes from radical simplicity. Strip everything down relentlessly until only what truly matters remains. Focus like a laser on those few moves that create massive change. This ruthless selection is what separates the leaders who thrive from those who buckle. You must also learn to be patient with impatience. Private equity demands fast results, but the deepest, most game-changing transformations take time to cement. Build momentum? Yes. Push hard? Yes. But stay strategic, never sacrificing long-term strength for short-term wins. The greatest leaders know how to sprint and pace at once. They race fast enough to win, but smart enough not to crash. Finally, remember this. The greatest power in this new world is connection. You're not in this alone. The most successful leaders link up with those rare few who share their vision and fire. Deep alliances, built on trust and sharp shared purpose, become the unstoppable network that brings resilience and fresh insight. Finding your tribe isn't a luxury, it's a survival imperative. Through this network, misaligned brilliance becomes aligned force. For every leader watching this now, the hardest fact is also the greatest opportunity. The world offers no safety nets. Comfort is a trap, resistance is inevitable, and failure isn't just possible. It's likely, unless you radically change how you lead. So don't waste time hoping things will settle or stay familiar. They won't. The storm is here. Either you become the storm's master, or you get swept away. This is the moment to dare more. To become more than a title, more than a role, more than the person who just shows up and follows. The private equity takeover is not the end of your story. It's the brutal, perfect starting point for your true rise. If you have that fire burning inside, if you know that silence and tension mean you're destined for more, then step forward now. Cut the noise. Focus the fray. Build the team. Move at inhuman speed. Own the pain and turn it into power. You have the chance to rewrite not just your job, but your entire path. This moment demands it. This moment chooses who you will become. Private equity shows no mercy, but neither must you. Burn away the old, build the new, and find freedom in that fierce transformation. Because when private equity takes over your job, the real takeover must begin with you.